Hello folks, I'm Upfielder and this is episode 3 of my expanding World Water Hardcore series, days 200 to 300. If you haven't seen the first couple of episodes, then let me fill you in. This world started at just 16 blocks by 16 blocks, and it expands at 1.5 blocks per day. In the last episode, I just started work on my brand new modular base concept. The idea of this base is I have some tunnel templates like straight, corner, T-junctions, crossroads, and that makes it super easy to expand, and it means I can share the Lightmatics with you and you can make your own custom base as well. The Lightmatics will be on appfielder.com, link in the description below, and I'll be adding new rooms to them with each episode. Anyway, that's enough advertising. Let's jump into day 200. As you can see, I'm starting to expand the base as we currently only have the villager trading hall that we did in the previous episode. So that means days 200 to 300, we have absolutely loads to do. Days 200 to 204, then we're all about expanding the tunnels and starting on room number 1. I need a bedroom down here, a safe place I can retreat to with a little bit of storage. And as you can see, 3 whole beds in there. Perhaps I'll get lucky. Now, since the island I'm on doesn't have any spruce, I can't actually complete this room, but you get the idea. As well, for the pressure plates that activate those 3x3 doors I'm using everywhere, I'm using polished blackstone pressure plates, so a short trip into the nether was required. Thankfully, nothing went wrong. Days 205 to 213 then were spent digging, as you can see from the blue lines up the top. Second room I need down here is an actual storage room, because the one I've got in this world at the moment is too small and is just not in the slightest bit helpful. So I spent the best part of 7 whole Minecraft days finding out this area for a storage room. Days 213 to 215, I started to work on the floor of the storage room area, and then I had to chop down some trees to, make the chests and put all the acacia wood in that I seem to like in these rooms. It seems I actually vastly underestimated the amount of wood that I would need for the chests for this room, so finishing this might be a little bit of a problem. And a problem it was. So as I'm the poster child for ADHD, I switched my attentions to expanding the tunnel system down here, and then starting the preparation for another room to help me finish the previous room, a tree farm. Seems like a good idea, right? And so, not for the first time in this episode, I began to mine. Now, the advantage of this is I'm going to have absolutely tons of resources, but the disadvantage of this is because it goes into the deep slate layer, this takes absolutely ages to do, even with the beacon that I got last episode. 9 Minecraft days later, I thought I would showcase off my excellent skills of killing bats. Apparently, throwing your pickaxe does not kill them. Who knew? Be careful of that Q key, folks. Anyway, 9 days later, I'd pretty much mined down to the floor on this place, as you can see, and now I can finally start to build the tree farm. I'm good for bones because I built the skeleton spawner farm in like episode 1 in one of the earliest days. So, tree farm, bone meal, and then I can do the storage room. Got it all planned out. If you're wondering how the mobs are spawning here, by the way, because I'm using Tweakaroo and I'm being a little bit lazy, a little bit naughty, a little bit cheaty, and I have like a gamma override on, so I can whack that right up so it seems like daylight, even though it's pitch black. By day 239, I am well into the build of this farm. Bonus points if you can spot the mistake that I have made in that little clip there. I'll tell you later on when this thing is built. This farm is by Jacket Potato XD. Now, unfortunately, they haven't done a tutorial. There is a Lightmatic on my website, and somebody did do a tutorial of it. And I'm going to get some stick for this from my Minecraft friends. Shulkercraft did a tutorial of this. Shulkercraft. I'm sorry, but I was very limited on the farm choices that I could choose from. You see, I don't have scaffolding. I don't have coral fans, so I needed a coral fanless design, which I could amend farms if I wanted, but a lot of farms these days use scaffolding, and I just don't have bamboo yet. It's not far away. I won't get it in this episode, I don't think. I don't think I'm going to get it by day 300. But in the next episode, I can see a bit of bamboo there's a little bit of jungle, and I'm going to get it. But I haven't got it yet, so I was really limited. So I apologize for that. But it is a very good farm from Jacket Potato. I'll put a link to the farm itself in the description below. But you can see what I'm doing here with this base. I'm making some really super cool rooms for this modular base concept. And I'm also getting really annoyed by bats, as you can see. By day 242, I'd got this thing completely and utterly built. hadn't quite finished the door. As you can see, it's a very nice room. I am going to try and give better showcases of rooms in future. I have realized this when I'm doing the video. I'm like, hey, I built this lovely room, and then don't bother to show it you. But as you can see, I've been to collect the bones from the skeleton spawner farm that I built in episode 1, turning that into bone meal, and then I'm going to give this farm a test run. And as you can see, I'm in Tweakaroo's free cam mode here, and I'm passing my keyboard controls through to the player so we can see it all in action. It is working rather nicely. Now, at this point, I should mention that this farm will do oak, birch, and spruce, I believe. I don't have spruce, so that's not really a problem. Now, in the farm itself, in the Lightmatic, it uses stripped, I want to say dark oak wood. Might not be dark oak wood. But anyway, because I don't have that, I swapped this out for stripped oak logs. Do you understand the mistake yet? Here, let me help you out. This farm did actually stop working, and as you can see, that is a normal oak log, not a stripped oak log. And if I remove some of these other ones, that's also a problem. You see, it turns out if you use stripped oak logs and then grow oak trees, then they can replace the stripped oak log blocks. So this farm works perfectly as long as I use birch or spruce, which of course I don't have. So it only works with birch at the moment. I'm basically going to have to swap out all those blocks, but other than that, it works perfectly. Just remember that. From days 242 to 250, which I haven't bothered to show you, I AFK'd the tree farm, and then I placed some chests and started work on that storage room. By day 250 then, I was completely and utterly bored of mining and building and wanted to do something a little bit different. So here I am brewing up some water breathing potions. In the corner of my ever expanding world is an ocean monument, and I love speedrunning ocean monuments. It's like my Minecraft superpower. I have to have one, right? And that is it. So I'm brewing up these potions, and I'm going to go and get myself some sponges and maybe even one of the armor trims. Forgot which one it is, but you definitely get one from killing guardians. There's like a 20% chance. So here is my ocean monument technique. Just keep on moving. Basically ignore everything coming for you and just break their line of sight. Use the pillars that we've got here and they basically stop shooting you. Obviously bring some food along for the ride in case you take a little bit of damage, which you will from like Fawn's armor and what have you, but nice and simple. Of course, apart from some sponges, I did not get the trim I wanted. Not to worry, there are some more ocean monuments. I'm on an island surrounded by ocean, and in the next episode, I think probably 2 more ocean monuments will become available to me, so I can just keep on doing this and hopefully get one of those trims. That distraction over, it was time to go back to the storage room. I still need acacia wood, which I don't get from my tree farm, so at the moment I'm having to grow that manually and harvest it manually, which is really slowing me down. As you can see, I've now got a beautiful little storage room. Say little, pretty massive, probably last me the entire series until I die. With this room, I haven't bothered with a 3x3 iron door. And the reason for that is I feel like with the storage room, I'm coming in and out of that room a lot. And to prevent that door from breaking, I've got like a little redstone comparator circuit on it to kind of give it a little bit of a delay. And I feel like that would get super annoying. And so I'm not going to AFK here. I don't need this to be a safe room. By the way, slime spawn down here. So you have to be really, really careful. So there we go. Storage room. Isn't that great? Days 252 to 256, I did yet more mining, this time for another new room, and as you can see, there are some beehives on the floor. This room is going to be my bee breeding room. Actually, it's probably going to be my little sort of manual honey farm for the time being. I don't use that much honey, so just having a little bit. And as you can see, I'm super lazy and can't be bothered to, not walk over the campfires. Maybe, I should have put those out or something. This is a nice little room, and once I've got this built, it's time to get some bees in. Here's 2 bees I found earlier, and then I used my Silk Touch pickaxe to break the beehive, and apparently you can't use a Silk Touch pickaxe to break a beehive. What tool are you meant to use? I don't know. I mean, kind of should have guessed that that wouldn't have worked. I really don't know what's gone wrong there, so please tell me down in the comments. But anyway, I have a breeding pair of bees in here. There are a couple of design flaws in this room. I'd used some brick walls above that breeding area, and it turned out the bees could kind of glitch through there. So I had to make some adjustments to this to fix this area. But other than that, it worked perfectly. To complete those last 2 rooms, I needed some more blackstone, so I not very carefully rather, worked my way down in the nether, down to the lower levels where I could also get some ancient debris. It's day 257 and like a pauper, I am still wearing diamond armor and using diamond tools. And thanks to the magic of Tweakaroo, which is probably a little bit cheaty, I mean, I could have just brewed a fire potion thingy here. In fact, I have one in my hotbar. This would have probably been a lot quicker if I actually just used that. But instead I was stubborn and did it this way, staircased my way down to the bottom. Over the next 10 or so days, taking me up to day 271 here, I basically just AFK'd in the bee breeder room, filling all those hives that I was placing. Day 270, 271 then, I started work on the next room for my base. You see, I now have all the wood I need, but for a lot of these rooms, I need pistons. And for pistons and observers, I need cobblestone. And although I have a lot at the moment from my mining, I'm going to run out of that because I kind of want stone more than cobblestone when I'm mining. And so it's time to build a cobblestone farm. So I'm building a design by Deriziger. I believe he's got a video on it. I've certainly got the Lightmatic on my website. I'll put a link to it in the description below. Deriziger is someone that I played Minecraft with on Strangecraft, and he sometimes plays on the Appcraft one. And this is an absolutely fantastic farm. 10 days later, on day 281, then this thing is working beautifully. And as you can see, we have another beautifully designed room. And for once, I hopefully give you a half decent look at it. Probably could still do better there, but as you can see, we've got storage at the back. The cobblestone farm's working nicely. It drops down into the center. It's a fanless design, which is utterly perfect. Working absolutely amazing. I think it gets you over 100,000 cobblestone an hour. So that with the tree farm, we're now sorted for pistons and for observers, and we're motoring along. Once again, we've skipped a few days. We've gone from day 281 to day 287. It's because it wasn't that interesting. I basically did some minor work around the base. I improved the storage at the crop farm. And now I've started work on the next farm that I want, and that's a melon and pumpkin automated farm. I'm going to put some farmers in that villager trading hall we built in the last episode. With the zombie discounts changing in 1.20.2, you can no longer stack those discounts. Carrots and potatoes they're not as good as they used to be. You don't get 1 emerald per each of those. So pumpkins and melons are a bit more important for getting emerald. So I want to build basically a 6-layer melon and pumpkin farm. 4 layers of melon, 2 layers of pumpkins should hopefully kind of even out what you get from this farm. So it was time to do a whole bunch more mining. There's no way I'm getting this finished in this episode, by the way. To mend up my tools at the moment, I either use my skeleton spawner or I trade with the farmers in my villager crop growing farm, and immediately noticed a problem. There are potatoes on the floor and there shouldn't be. And there should be a villager in that hole there, and there isn't. And you see, I didn't put a block on the top, so I did my trading and then I went to have a quick look. And it would appear that my lighting up efforts weren't quite as extensive as I thought. I've kind of missed a big area there. So in all likelihood, a zombie managed to spawn there, drop down in the water, and then drop down into the hole, turn my villager that I haven't traded with into a zombie villager who promptly despawned as soon as I got out of range, because I'm an idiot. So I had to go and get another villager. Thankfully not too difficult as all the track was already in. And so it's just a case of grabbing my pick, breaking that, putting 2 more blocks in, breaking him carefully without hitting him out of that minecart. I'm going to use my axe for this. And then breaking that block that I put below him. Take a tiny bit of damage, dropping into the hole. And this time I'm going to put a block above him so no zombies can get in there. Hopefully this time he won't disappear. Nothing happened for a few more days. I was just basically mining the melon and pumpkin farm until I got bored and decided to go get some ancient debris. 16 pieces later, I have already got 3 pieces of armor netherrited up, as you can see. These extra will allow me to do the helmet and 3 of my tools as well. And there we have it. The helmet is netherite. Cover me in day 3. Challenge completed. So over the next 5 days, I basically dug the melon and pumpkin area and collected materials for it. I thought we'd end today with an outro so we could actually take a look at the things that we've done in this episode. Give them a good look at the rooms. And for starters, my break-proof doors, aren't they clever? But they're a little bit slow, so that's why I didn't put one on this beautiful storage room. Just want to remind you while we're looking around all this modular base, every room that you see, I'm putting into a Lightmatica pack so you can quickly make up your own bespoke underground tunnel base like this. And like all the tunnel sections and what have you are separate, so it's super simple. We got the bee breeder room full of honey and bees at the back there. That's bee breeder rather than a honey farm. We'll do a honey farm maybe next episode. We have DeRisiger's cobblestone farm. They're all beautifully finished builds, all with storage. It's all chest-based storage at the moment because this is an expanding border world. I can't get to the end yet, so I don't have shulkers. It's killing me. It's killing me. But by the time 1.21 comes out, when we have like the auto crafting, that's going to be utterly amazing. We've got the tree farm that does the oak, birch, and spruce. Well, actually only birch at the moment because I still haven't fixed it in this world, but I will in the download. And yeah, it works absolutely perfectly. And obviously we've got the skeleton spawner farm, so we've got all the bone meal we need for this. I just want to say a big thank you at this time to my patrons. They help keep Abcraft completely free. Abcraft is a long-term no reset world where I play my online Minecraft, and you're welcome to come and join it. Just come join the Discord. Link will be in the description below. But anyway, that's 300 more days in which I didn't die. Folks, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I'm Abfielder. That's all I have time for today. Goodbye.